Hey everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi, everybody. It's Kat.
And you're riding up the elevator all the way up to the 10th floor. And, it's a gentle ride today. They fixed it. They fixed it a couple of weeks ago. It was out of service, and so the people came through and they serviced the elevator. So it's good, right? I mean, it's a gentle ride. They didn't update the music though. It's all the same. Let me take that back. They changed it. They did change it because BLQ Brooklyn wrote a very nice letter to the GH staff and said, "I've got a hot new single, and I need you to play it in the elevator."
I bet she did. I bet she did. But Brooklyn, she's gonna lose her man.
I'm already.
Oh yeah, she's gonna lose her man because she's gonna manipulate. She knows that he has opportunity to go back to the police force, and she don't want him to get to go back yet. So she's gonna mess that up for him some way.
Oh
She's
man,
gonna manipulate that. He's gonna find out. You know
Brooklyn's
what?
not unlucky in love. She just makes poor
Oh,
choices.
exactly. And then she makes herself unlucky in
Oh
love.
my gosh. Yeah, so I mean, what it was a fun ride on the elevator all the way up, listening to Chase's hot new single. But now I'm sad because it just spells doom.
Well, the scene on Thursday was him talking to. He was talking to Curtis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He
he's
was
like, "Oh,
talking to
I want to be
Curtis.
a cop again." I know, I remember.
And he goes, "Oh, I'd throw this music thing away today if I could be a cop again.
Mm,
I would walk away from this today."
he would. He'd be
That's
happy
what he
to.
implied. And at the same time, she's on the other side of the Savoy talking to Maxie about, "Oh no, he's going to be a cop again," right?
Well, I mean, hey, everybody, welcome to the show. It's me, Matt. We didn't even get to that point. You
No,
know,
he
I
didn't.
was. No, because I was just talking about Chase's hot new single, and you just jumped into how evil Brooklyn is.
Well, not how evil she is, how stupid she is.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Matt. Welcome to the 10th floor. And that's Kat. And then we were getting off the elevator, and then if you look to the left, you can see an abandoned couch. Nobody talked on the couch that I can recall. If you look to the right, I mean, I don't know. Did anything happen in the hospital? No, yes, no, yes. Who's in there? Diane. That happened in the hospital. Diane.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Diane.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Diane's
Thank
going to be
goodness
okay
she's
after all.
okay. Thank goodness she's going to be
Let
okay.
me write that down. Diane. Boom. All right, it's on the notes now. Hey, Chandra and Jacarius and Judy and all of our friends loading up here.
All right, Jacarius. I
Yeah.
thought it was so awesome that we got to see you yesterday. Wasn't that cool, Matt?
Yeah, we got to see Jacarius. We got to see Chandra. Chandra was there. I'm not sure who else from our audience was there, but I know that those two definitely 100,000%. I saw their smiling, happy faces.
I didn't see
Chandra had the Erica Kane doll. I think.
Oh,
Right? I'm not confusing you for somebody else. Please tell me I'm not.
I remember then. But anyway, I loved it. I loved being able to see y'all.
Yeah. So that was super fun. So if you guys had a chance to join the James Lott Jr. private Zoom event, we popped in. He's not having another one until December. Not just fandom, not just people coming together to talk about soaps, but he's having some very specific ones about YouTube videos and being successful and this, that, the other stuff. And so check out his channel. He's got some stuff going on. And Chandra does confirm she was the one that had the Erica Kane doll.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So
Well, I'm so looking forward to this show next week.
so we haven't even officially announced it on this show because I just said it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So next Saturday, October 15th, live right here on the 10th floor, this YouTube channel, this one, the 10th floor podcast. We're going to have a special All My Children retrospective. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, what it's going to look like, but we're calling it Remembering All My Children.
We're gonna go to Pine Valley. We might even go in the Glamorama.
Oh, we're going to go to Pine Valley, the Glamorama. We're going to visit the Pine Valley Hospital. We're gonna check out Fusion headquarters. We're gonna go tour Cortland Electronics.
Remember Fusion headquarters? And then there was the bar on the bottom. What was that place called?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. Not off the top of my head. I'm sure
Kinda
chat will tell us
reminded me
immediately.
It reminded me of the Savoy a little bit. The decor of that place.
I mean, I remember it kind of being dark but lit.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Savoy. I get that. So yeah, we're gonna visit all the haunts of Pine Valley. Using the People magazine that I showed you guys last week at the end of the episode. If you didn't see it, go back, watch the end of last week's episode on YouTube. If you're an audio listener, find last week's broadcast, take a look at what we were looking at. It's gonna be fun, pictures. It had pictures of Leo and Greenlee and Dr. David Hayward and all kinds of fun stuff. So
Oh yeah.
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good time. So hopefully you'll all be able to join us.
Yes.
Now that's not going to interfere with the regular GH broadcast either, as far as I understand, right, Ma? We're still going to be doing the 10th floor at a regular time on Sunday as well.
Yeah, we're gonna do both of them. Yeah.
Spend the weekend with us.
Yes. Well, at least part of it.
At least a couple of hours of it with us. Hang out, chill, talk about soaps, and have a great time. Remembering, it's been 11 years since All My Children went off the air.
It hasn't been longer than that.
No, I think it went off in 2011.
No, I don't think. I'm thinking it was soon, because when it went off the air, I still lived in the Bay Area. Didn't I?
I was living in no. I was living in Fremont.
You had your little apartment in Fremont?
Mm-hmm. Maui.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm reasonably sure it was 2011. You definitely weren't
Nobody
living.
Will tell us.
Oh well, for sure. People are just talking. Jakari's can't wait for it. All My Children was one of his favorite ABC soaps. Life kept Stephanie away from the 10th floor for the last few weeks, but she's happy to be back live. Welcome back, Stephanie. I'm glad you're able to be here.
I'm glad you're here too.
Jakari confirms September 23rd, 2011 was the final air date for All My Children.
Well,
Makes a lot of sense.
It does. I can't help but believe you, because I don't know shite.
Yeah, but 11 years ago, so it's gonna be really fun to take a look back. So again, hopefully you're able to join us. I imagine it's gonna probably be 2 hours. I don't know 100% how long it's going to be. To be honest,
well, I tell you what, you guys are in the chat and you start dropping off like flies. Well, then we know we're almost done.
because we'll have plenty of content. The show was on for 41 years, so.
Sure was.
Yeah. So stay tuned to the channel. You never know what's gonna come out when it comes to that. We always have a million irons and a million fires when it comes to things that we're trying to do for you all. Very little of it pans out, but we're always trying.
We're always trying. We're scrubs, I guess.
You have no idea how much we try. Anyway, hey Yvonne, I'm glad that you're having a great time. All right, so I've got a stack of Post-its here about General Hospital for the week. We only had 4 episodes.
I know.
Because of baseball of all things. I'm sure Frank Valentini was excited.
Baseball playoffs, I guess, right?
I don't know. I had some salesperson call me at work talking about the Guardians and how excited they were, and I was like, I got to be honest with you. I didn't even know there was a baseball team called the Guardians. So I'm just so disconnected.
Well, we've been a baseball family in the past, big baseball family, because so Matt's dad coached Little League for 30 years. And his brother played baseball in college, and we're a baseball family. But as the years have progressed, kind of drawn away from it, and now the only big baseball person left in the family is Matthew's older brother.
Well, regardless of my family's investment in Major League Baseball and beyond, how dare it interrupt my soap?
I hear that.
So we only got 4 episodes.
I turned it on just to make sure. I put it on ABC just to make sure.
Well, it gave me a chance to watch some All My Children clips, but that's all right.
Yeah, here it is. A bunch of boys playing balls and sticks. All right.
Yeah, I get you. So, okay, so we were talking about Chase. We were talking about Chase in Brooklyn. Hey, Brianna Lane, welcome back to the show this week. That was fun to see.
It was.
Just slipping like a comfortable pair of high heels on. Once again, as Brooklyn. Hey, Daisy, welcome to the show.
Hi, Daisy.
So, that was neat. I always liked Brianna Lane. We were talking while she was covering for Amanda Setton for so long, after the COVID break was over, and Amanda Setton was on maternity leave and still in the final months of her pregnancy, where she just, I guess, I don't know, I didn't see a quote or anything. I'm just deciding for her why she made this decision, but presumably to just stay away from any sort of COVID risk whatsoever.
Brianna was the one that actually got her throat slit by now.
Yeah. So Brooklyn, BLQ as played by Amanda Setton. And so I did my best. I'm trying to get her on the show, you guys. I'm trying to get Amanda Setton on the show. We'll see. Not Amanda Setton, Brianna Lane. Trying to get her.
Okay.
I sent a line out. We'll see. We'll see. I'm saying it on the show because it's unlikely, but I sent a line out. Excuse me. I want because I realized that Brianna Lane handled all of the key character development, all of the events that happened that has kind of changed Brooklyn to being who she is today. She was there
went
for
through a transition, didn't she?
she was
Her
the
character
actress.
transition.
She was the actress that was playing the character during the transition, where she found out, or where she was playing the character when Valentine took over the company, and Ned found out that Brooklyn had sold her shares and helped Valentine orchestrate this thing on accident. She was the one that got her throat slit. She was involved in all of these things that kind of pushed Brooklyn into the direction of being there for Maxie to take care of Bailey Lou and such, a choice that she may not have made if it wasn't for these previous events that had happened. So I find that to be an interesting part of the Brooklyn character, and I remember us talking about on the podcast prior, it was dangerous to a degree because we were really starting to accept Brianna Lane in this role and not waiting for Amanda Setton to return.
Yes. She's really good. And you know, that was the episode she did on Thursday.
Yeah.
She's really good in that too. You know,
Yeah.
her rendition of BLQ is very good.
It is. And I think that she was able to catch up to where Brooklyn is as a character right now as well. I mean, I think that she was able to pick up that that snark and that bossiness that Amanda Setton just does so well. I think she was able to pick up on that very, just chef's kiss and all that modern day stuff that people like to say. I'm old. So, I don't know. That tens across the board, as they say.
I like it.
Chandra says
But
they
she is
both
about
add
to
their
lose
flavor. That's true. That's true. They both add their flavor.
She is about to lose her man.
I know you're sold on this already.
She's gonna mess it up. She's gonna mess it up.
Maybe this will be the big BLQ test. You know, maybe this is the moment where she has the opportunity to mess it up for Chase, but she's like, no. Instead, I'm going to support him. My revenge be damned. Huh?
Yeah. She's still Tracy's granddaughter.
It's true. She's still Tracy's granddaughter. And I've seen some people out there saying, reflecting on Brooklyn and the choices that she made this week. Because there's people, maybe not this week, but I guess this week, recently, we'll say, where there's two camps. They're like, why is Brooklyn still being such a selfish person who isn't really truly supporting Chase, yada, yada. And there's the other side that's like, hey, this is Brooklyn we're talking about. Do you really expect her to suddenly be somebody else just because you like her boyfriend? I'm on that camp. I like the fact that not everybody changes into this like paragon of good.
No, she's not. She's got some compassion, some empathy for some others, and some care. And she's not quite so self-centered, but at the same time, I think it depends on the subject matter. She is self-centered. She desperately wants to have fame again. If she could have it through Chase, that's going to be good enough for her.
Yeah.
You know, they pretty much told us her singing voice is not going to return.
Right.
So they could have like all my children's father, whatever. He could like give her some magic at Christmas time and restore her vocal cords.
Just sing it, Silent Night, right in front of me. I promise it's going to sound magical. That would be great. That would be great and wonderful. But I don't know, rumor mills and such. I don't know what's true and what's not. But they were saying they. I don't even know who they is, but the ambiguous they that exists out there in the soap rumor world. Was saying that Amanda Setton doesn't have a much singing talent, much musical talent herself. And so that's why they did that to the character, so they don't ever have to set her up to sing.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough. That makes sense. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But I think I think that she really, really wants this for Chase because it's going to give her that experience in herself, and she can have her songs heard again.
Yeah. So she's totally trying to have a vicarious music career through Chase, 100%.
So she might make some poor choices to try to facilitate those.
Maybe. She's gonna she's gonna set him up to be the hooker. They're gonna be like, oh my God, it's Chase. He's hooking people because he's mad.
Well, somebody's still hooking people, that's for sure.
Still hooking people, and I don't think it's Esme.
Oh, I don't think it's Esme either.
I still want it to be Rory just because,
Well,
you
that
know,
would be pretty fun.
All right, Ma. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get it done right away. You, me, Chandra in the chat. We're just gonna yell and scream and celebrate.
Okay.
Because what have we been talking about over the last couple of weeks with Spencer in jail?
Yep.
Where, oh, where is Great Uncle Cyrus?
Well, he's right there, isn't he?
The ADA, says Daisy. The ADA? Why would it be the ADA? That'd be better if it was like Margot, but she was only on the show for like a second. Anyway, I'm sorry.
ADA, what?
I
What?
don't know. Robert? Hooker is the ADA. See, that's two people saying that. Was there some hints that I don't remember? And who the hell is the ADA?
Robert's the district attorney.
Yeah, I guess. And then the ADA would be the assistant district attorney. Oh, goodness. Do the female. Anyway, yeah, give me more details in chat while we talk about Cyrus Renault. Oh, Cyrus.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, Matt. That's why I messaged you.
Yeah.
Before I even saw the show, when I saw his face on the flip, oh my gosh!
Yay.
Not only is it going to be in the episode, but he has a flip picture now too.
He's got a flip picture.
Never had a flip picture.
I know, that's so exciting. So I'm happy that they got maybe during the GH 15,000th they just took a quick picture of.
I said, oh, let me text Matt right now and let him know that Cyrus is on the flip. That means he's going to be on the show.
Yes, it was very exciting.
Sure enough, he was.
And yeah, so poor Spencer in jail, getting hit in the face with a book. Apparently, this guy has killed people with dictionaries or encyclopedias or something in the past.
Cyrus said he beat the hell out of somebody and killed him with books, right? Well, the set of encyclopedias is what he said.
Encyclopedias is what he killed him with. So I guess this prisoner's nickname is
all
Book.
over that person's face. Kind of like, remember that movie, you guys, with the little girl, the bad seed, and she like got somebody with the tap shoes and they had tap marks all over their face.
Oh my goodness.
It's an old movie from the 50s, black and white movie, The Bad Seed. It's been redone a couple of times. Anyway.
Like A Star Is Born.
Yeah. So I loved it that Uncle Cyrus showed up, and he better protect Spencer. Better.
And he had some sort of like Bible phrase to say or something. I wish I knew the Bible phrases more so I could like do this really cool Cyrus impression of him being like Pastor Cyrus, but I can't. But also my Cyrus voice is awful, and I want everybody to know that I know that, and you know that I know that. Anyway.
Well, some voices you do better than others. Cyrus is not your number one. No.
I can't wait until we get to start talking about the glory.
Well, that's pretty good. So, Matt, I'm just excited for Uncle Cyrus to be
I was so excited for him to be there, and it was only just a brief scene, which is totally fine. Just a couple of minutes there on Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever day it was. But yeah, so okay, so Spencer gets walloped with this book, which is all right, fine. We're in prison, it's a shank of a book, whatever you got around you. I'm cool with it. Why Spencer's getting his butt kicked? I don't know, because he's a rich guy, I guess.
No, he explained why he was mad about it.
I forgot.
Do you forget?
Yeah.
Okay. He said that used to be his assignment, and he'd been in jail for like 12 years, and finally he got that assignment of the library, being this cushy little job that he loved.
Right.
And then he says, I worked for it for 12 years, finally got it, and then you step in here, you've been here 10 days,
gosh.
and they gave you my job. So I'm paraphrasing, of course. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what happened, so that's why he wants to whoop his ass.
That just reinforces to me that Rory's behind all of this stuff, because Rory is the one that got Spencer this job.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I got some connections at jail. I worked it out, so you got the library gig. It's the most comfortable one in prison. I got you covered, bro. Nah. He's setting him up to get his butt kicked in a book. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Rory. I can't wait for this to pop off, because they've been pretty... Okay, so unless we're just wishful thinking when it comes to Rory and what's going on here, which, come on, it's GH, entirely possible that I'm wishful thinking here, and Esme's been behind it the whole time. If it is Rory, I think that the amount of like subtlety and foreshadowing and little things that they're doing have really worked out. If that's the direction they're going in. If that's not the direction they're going in, they need to change it so it is the direction they're going in quickly.
You just wanted to be Rory so bad.
I just wanted to be Rory. I mean, I think that'd be a successful use of the character, because otherwise, who gives an S? I'm sorry, But
Well, if they do that, which I think would be kind of delicious, but if they do that, I don't want their, I'm mama bear a little bit on these younger women. I don't want Trina to have an intimate moment with him already. I don't want that wasted on him.
oh no, it's not going to be wasted on him. First time Trina's gonna get the old wet noodle is gonna be from Spencer.
Well, I hope so.
Oh gosh, I really hope that,
I
that
do like
Trina's
them
first time is
together.
much
I
better than a
do.
wet noodle.
You know, I do. I feel completely different about them than I do Brooklyn and Chase. I don't care if Brooklyn and Chase ever hit anything,
Yeah.
the sheets or anything else.
Hmm.
Uh, but I do like Spencer and Trina. I really do. I do
You're
think they have
supposed
the
to.
meanings of a super couple.
Yeah, they have all the makings of it, and people just aren't patient enough. It's the
They
attention span of
they
2020 is
kind
what it
of
is.
remind me of a Jesse and Angie kind of feel. One comes from privilege, one comes
Mm-hmm.
from struggle.
Yeah, yeah,
Jesse came from
yeah,
struggle.
yeah, yeah,
Angie actually came from privilege.
yeah.
She had well-to-do parents.
Yeah, okay. While we're on it, while we're talking about Angie and Jesse, we're gonna talk about it next Saturday as well, in great detail, probably, but in minor detail. I'm surprised at how often they show Jesse in heaven on All My Children to ultimately decide that he's been alive the whole time.
Oh, he was in heaven a lot of
He was in
times.
heaven several times.
Yeah, but they always played him off. They played it off where it could be a dream.
So
It wasn't like, oh, how stupid.
all of it except for one that I've noticed because I did this. Here we are getting into detail, but that's fine. I did a little digging into Jillian Lavery, and
I remember her face. Yeah,
when she died,
with that
when that character
long
died on the
head.
show, she I guess her spirit had trouble accepting the fact that she had died. Oh my God, I wish the show was still. Her spirit had trouble accepting the fact that she was dead, and it took
Uh,
previous dead characters from Port Charles, from Pine Valley, to come in and usher her and convince her that it's time to
coax her
move
to
on.
heaven.
Yes,
Coax her to heaven.
yeah, coaxed her to heaven. It was like Travis Montgomery and this, that, and just a couple of characters. I guess they were able to get for this,
Mm-hmm.
and included in it was Jesse Hubbard.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Yeah,
one you really can't play off as like a vision
that
or a
one's
dream, like when Sonny sees Stone. You know what I mean?
yeah. So that one you just gotta throw out.
And that one you just got to say whatever. It's a soap. It was on for 41 years, and you got to write for what's going on right now, folks.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
tangent over.
anyway,
Back to
all
Port
right.
Charles.
Back to Port Charles.
um. Oh, speaking of dead characters, back to Port Charles. I guess Brando's funeral is going to be next week.
Brando's funeral is going to be next
Yeah,
week.
that's what I saw, heard, or something, or whatever. Saw a picture.
So they'll probably play on that for a couple days at least.
Probably. If maybe 2 days. Now here's the thing about Brando's funeral. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That gives a chance for us to get Brando to walk off into the sunset. Maybe he's been sticking around. Didn't the lights flickered and stuff around
I remember.
whatever her name is right now. I can't remember nothing. It's ridiculous how I can't remember anything at 36 years old. Sasha.
Yeah, I remember that too. And I hadn't thought about it until you brought it up. But yeah, the lights. Yeah, they might do something that we talked about like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, like maybe the spirit of Brando has kind of stuck around. And I mean, and so at his funeral, they'll have some sort of him and Mike, him and Oscar. I don't know. Why not Oscar? There's no relation, but screw it.
Now that would be if Drew were dead.
Like a grown up Liam or something. I don't know.
Yeah, grown up Liam, Uncle Mike, something, huh?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would love it. I love all that stuff.
Yeah, of course.
I love it when soap opera can make me cry. I actually love it.
Oh
Doesn't happen
gosh.
all that often, really.
Not anymore. I think that it used to have a
No.
much heavier impact.
Yeah,
but not so
I
much
think so.
anymore. Oh, Stephanie. Sorry, I had to read her thing because she had some insight, and it's true. We don't get Bailey's first birthday party or Brooklyn's song at a Deception IPO, but we have a depressing funeral. It's true. GH could stand to have a little bit more fun that isn't Carly laughing in a graveyard, I guess.
Oh, she was in front of she was in front of the high school with Drew, and she was at the graveside with Drew again.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we can. I don't know.
He
Are we
left
done? Are
those.
we done talking about
He's,
Cyrus? We're
he,
not done talking about Cyrus. I'm
oh
so
no,
excited about Cyrus. Look, this is the 10th
I'm
floor. Okay, we
excited.
don't have
And
any
he looked,
focus.
and you know what too? I noticed Jeff Cobra just looked good, didn't he?
He does. He does. Yeah, there's something about him not
You
in
know,
a
he looked,
suit that
I don't
works for
know,
him better. When he was
just
all up in
looked
that
really
suit and
healthy,
stuff.
you know.
Anyway, we're talking
He
over
looked,
each other.
as you know, Jeff Cobra, the person, I just thought he looked good. He looked rested. He looked,
It's
full of
easy to be
color.
rested when
He
you're
just
not on the
looked good.
soap.
Just looked good.
Yeah, so I'm super thrilled to see him. I'm really excited to see where it can go since he has found the Lord. The opportunity for them to do like the Hannibal Lecter version of Cyrus Renault that I was talking about is there, because he can still be sinister and creepy
Oh
just with
my
this.
gosh. Just when he was, even though he didn't really say anything, he just, that would like prove this, but we just know him as a character and we know what he can do. So when he was talking to that, when he was talking to that person that had lost their job, that cushy job, the underlying was just, I will just annihilate you.
I'm going to use the legend that is Cyrus Renault to make sure that you understand that I'm going to hurt you, even if it's a big bluff and he doesn't actually have any intention to do that anymore. Because I mean, that's what he was saying to Spencer and stuff. Spencer did not trust this man either, and Spencer was
Oh
just very
no.
much like, I don't want anything to do with you. Which, you know what? That's the right
Spencer,
move.
it is, but Spencer came after him though. He didn't give him not even
Mm-mm.
a smidgen of,
Oh, so you've orchestrated this so you can come swoop in and save the day.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm totally yeah. So it's
And
gonna
I
take
just love,
some building.
and I just love that Spencer has an Uncle Victor and an Uncle Cyrus.
So
And I really want a scene with the two of them.
all right, so Spencer, and this is something that I've been aware of, and we talked about it when Nicholas Bechtel was playing the role. When Spencer, he's only been on a little bit. Like the kid Spencer was only on a little bit while we were doing the podcast.
Yeah.
There was the end of the Ava thing. No, we weren't podcasting at the time. We were just watching the show because I don't remember. He was on around the same time that Ava left to go get her face fixed, which was
Oh,
just before we
that's
started the podcast, I think.
that's pre podcast.
Yeah, yeah. So that was the last like little run. That's when he helped Laura become the mayor and all that. I think that was just before the podcast.
And stole the ballot box and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he came back for just a moment to yell at Nicholas
Yeah.
before they aged up the character.
Yep.
And I remember us talking about it because this character is Spencer is this magical nexus of GH family lineage.
Yeah.
Because he's a Cassadine. He's a
Mm-hmm.
Corinthos.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think there's no Quartermain in there. But if there
There's
was
no
some Quartermain in there, then he would be.
It's a good thing. If he had Quartermain in there, he'd have a 30 or something.
But if he was Quartermain, then he'd be like, all four corners unite, the planets have arrived, the great being has been born,
Oh my god.
But he's
Well,
just
that's
one
funny.
family shy. But
Oh
because of
god,
this,
that's
though,
funny.
he is like this ball of potential everything, of potential story and drama and chaos that he can go in so many directions with. Which I'm leading to, he gets out of jail. Cyrus gets out of jail at around the same time. During the months that Spencer was there, they bond. He sees him as great Uncle Cyrus, who's really looking out for me. He's the one that really is my back. Comes back into society, right? And then people are like, what are you doing, man? This is Cyrus Renault. You can't be friends with him. And then he has to pick Great Uncle Victor or Great Uncle Cyrus.
Well, he would have to consider what his grandma had to say too. But with enough time that possibly, minutely, Cyrus might be able to pull Laura back on his side to back to being his sister. Maybe.
We got a
Never
chat
felt that way yet.
contribution. Where is it? Chandra says Cyrus will get further into Laura's graces by guiding Spencer.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So Laura's gonna come back and she's gonna say, "I forgave you, Cyrus, and now I'm thanking you."
Could happen.
Because Victor didn't have to keep Spencer safe in jail. You taught him how to do it on his own.
And you know what? Actually, Oh, they could spin this very nicely. Actually, if Uncle Cyrus was able to take down Uncle Victor and really like thwart his plans, he really would be redeemed as a character.
That would be really interesting. I just there's always so much potential going on. Everything that
Mhm.
happens in General Hospital, there's always so much potential. Um,
Sometimes we get fulfilled and sometimes
sometimes,
we
yeah,
get disappointed.
sometimes we're filled, sometimes we're disappointed, sometimes they almost get it, sometimes it's just good enough. Uh, but
Sometimes.
there's always so much potential, and that always makes me so excited to watch because, I mean, any number of things can happen. Even if it's the lowest hanging fruit, most obvious things, any number of things can still happen. And I'm looking forward to it, and I hope the hooker kills more people other than just like Oz and Brando. Um,
Yeah, Oz. Yeah, Oz. We know he's going to actually die.
yeah, Oz. There's a 0% chance that Oz is going to survive. Brando's dead. Diane's still around, but I guess I don't
Thank
know.
goodness.
I don't know because I'm torn. It is another thing that I'm torn about General Hospital about. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because this killer is half effective, which
Hmm.
makes them kind of scary, but
Hmm.
not super scary.
Hmm.
But also, like every time that they kill, though, they have to probably up the ante in some way. Like instead of getting hooked in the belly, Oz is probably gonna get hooked in the throat or something just to make sure that he is
Well,
dead.
they said that, now that the poison's been able to be,
Yeah. So
um,
that's scary. So what is this going to escalate to? Is where could this go?
and it does make the possible connection, not Sonny, but Trina.
Yeah, well, with the killing of Oz, it's 100% now connected to Trina and the trial. And then we had a chat explaining why they think it's the ADA. I think Stephanie was a major contributor to that. I'm not going to scroll back and find it very quickly. Sorry, guys. Um, saying that the ADA is likely because she lost. It was embarrassing. Oz really ruined the case. Just she thought it was a slam
Oh,
dunk and just it so on and
oh,
so forth. Cool. I guess cool. I don't know. I don't like. I guess if it was the ADA for me,
kind of
this
like,
female ADA. Yeah,
like kind of like Billy's mother doing it in Scream.
Chandra. Yeah, kind of. Chandra contributed. I don't know. I'm not reading. Anyway. Anyway,
Is it going too
it's
fast?
going and we're talking
Yeah.
about stuff and I gotta look there and people love the chat and they like to talk and I'm there and I'm paying attention, I'm engaged, but I also have to talk to you and I forget what they say very quickly. In any case,
Anyway,
in
he's just doing his
any
best, you
case,
guys.
I'm trying. Anyway, they said all this stuff. It makes sense. For me, if it was the ADA, for me, it would be what happens next, which
Mhm,
really sells it. Because that
mhm,
reveal, I'm like, oh, it's old man Carruthers from the beginning of the episode.
mhm.
Okay, so so then the why and the what next would be really what sells the story.
I like that this is a theory I've heard. I think I heard it yesterday, actually. And I think it would be interesting for it to be Maggie.
Oh yeah. Maggie, who is the nanny?
Hmm.
Esme's nanny.
Hmm.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And then Allie Mills potentially playing this person. We don't know who Allie
Yes.
Mills is going to play. She's joining the cast. Big, Bold, and the Beautiful, I guess. Longtime actress and character who, from my understanding, was that character up until recently.
Yeah.
Took
That's
some
what.
time off due to some personal tragedy and is coming back to the soap world on General Hospital rather than Bold and the Beautiful. So
Mhm,
kind of a surprise coup. Um,
mhm.
we'll see how long she's around and such because people don't always stick around.
They don't always stick around.
No, but then like Ollie's supposed to come back as well, so maybe Allie Mills is connected to that in some way. I don't know. We don't know anything
Yeah.
about this character that Allie's going to be
Don't know
playing.
anything
All we
about
know
it.
is that she's Mama from Wonder. What would you do if I
She's
sang out of
she's
tune?
Kevin's mama.
Would you stand up and walk out on me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Lay
Actually, that's the only thing I know
down
her from because I
to
don't watch that
tonight.
soap, so I've never seen her on it. But I
Sing
know that
song.
she's got great reviews and people love her.
Yeah. I will try not to sing out of key. Anyway, so it'll be good. Allie plays crazy wonderfully. Okay.
Oh,
I am all for a crazy soap character. I love them.
yeah, because yeah.
Hey,
Kind of
if
like
anybody's crazy, it's gonna be
well, and
Esme's
they
nanny,
ask
right?
you. So let me ask you, whoever said that, who said that, Matt? Um,
Susan
uh,
Russo.
it, is she like Helena-ish?
Like, how
Or
crazy are we?
yeah,
Like
what kind
badass
of crazy?
crazy or like criminally insane? Like
Yeah,
Victor's
what kind of
criminally
crazy? Like,
insane. And then you had crazy Annie. You know, you got Heather Weber, just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
yes.
Wacko.
Another wacko one is Olivia Jerome.
Just out of their gourd.
She's a nutty one too.
Susan says no, more like manic. So like,
Oh, oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Like Heather Weber says, Daisy. All right, I'm for it. I'm here for it. If there's gonna be any sort of just off the wall crazy person, it's gonna be Esme's nanny and or Esme's mom.
Yeah, which I have not. I'm not convinced it's not Felicia.
I'm not convinced it's not Felicia either, but also at the same time, maybe it's Allie Mills and it's Ryan and this other person who is absolutely nutso, just an absolute nut job. And what would that mean for Esme as a character? What does that mean for her from there? Instead of exploring some sort of redemption because she's actually Felicia's and half good, you get this Ryan and this other, I'm just gonna say it because we're not monetized yet, batshit crazy person.
Yeah.
And their offspring and whatever genius plan she's got.
It's like as if, like back when Nina got all crazy and she stole Ava's baby.
Yeah.
Like that character.
We haven't
frozen
had
in time.
crazy like that in
But
GH since that moment.
That's the need of that person. They don't go beyond that. Just like, at that moment, she's nuts.
We've had to so that moment that Nina cuts the baby out of Ava is the craziest, most mentally unstable thing that GH has done in recent memory that we have to keep going back to. So we need something new.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, floating heads in the Mary Pat's head that Ryan cut off and threw in the bobbing for apples thing and all that, but
there was something though. The chat will probably remember it better than me. But there was a story when Sam's baby was stolen and put out in the woods in the trough, and Luke was involved, and they were stuck in a cabin, and somebody kidnapped her. And I don't remember the details because it is me, cat. But anyway, I remember that, and that was pretty evil.
Yeah.
I think Heather was involved in that. I think Heather did it.
Just evil, just evilness. I guess Allie Mills played Pam on Bold and the Beautiful, and she was just off her rocker and off her meds. Dolores wants to know, Ma, were you watching the show when Felicia first came on, and do you remember if she was pregnant? I'm going to say you might remember when she first came on, but I'm going to say you wouldn't remember if she was a pregnant character.
Exactly. I do. I remember the whole, looking for the jewelry and,
mm-hmm. Big caper.
Then go on capers with Frisco and mm-hmm. All that. And I remember her grandmother and I remember her relationship with Frisco quite a bit.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense. I'm with it. But Esme is significantly young.
Oh, and I do remember Ryan younger. Being after her too. I remember that and as well.
And Ryan getting blown up in the carnival.
Yeah, I remember Ryan the first time and how psycho he was over Felicia, yes. Which he's now put on Ava.
He's put on Ava, yeah. But Esme is significantly, I can't say significantly, but she's at least a decade, if not 15 years, younger than Maxie.
I would say yes.
So if Felicia birthed this person, it would have been when Maxie was a teenager, which she was famously not around for. So we would not have seen Felicia's pregnancy with Esme, potentially, if she was pregnant with her. I am more along the lines of Ryan did some sort of scientific chicanery and
he
obtained an egg.
He made a Cassadine test tube baby, but it's not a Cassadine.
Yeah. I'm to that. She tied Donna to a chair in cabin, covered her in honey, and let a bear into the cabin. I don't know who Donna is, but apparently, apparently, I don't know if that's something Allie Mills did on her show. Wow.
Wow.
I'm sorry to just derail, but that chat just popped
I
right off.
mean,
Thank you very much, Susan.
that's like crazy stuff right there.
It just
That's like,
goes to
oh
show I
yeah,
need to watch some other soaps.
yeah. Kill somebody and torture him with a bear first. Wow.
Wow, goodness gracious. Oh, man, anyway, so who knows who his Esme's mom is? But if it's Allie Mills, that'd be really funny, and just really fun to just have just peel it off and just have Esme just have this Avery Pohl actress just lean into it and have a great time. Because
Yeah.
there's nothing more fun than being a crazy person on a soap.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, yeah. All right, what's chat saying? Let me give some love to chat before we move on to something else, Ma.
Okay.
I think it may be Maggie Esme's guardian or brainwashed Holly Sutton. I think Holly Sutton is going to be played by the actual actress who played Holly originally. Whatever her name is, I forget.
Emma Samms.
Emma Samms, yeah, because she's on set. She's bound to be on in the next couple of weeks. Allie Mills too. Like, this is a late announcement. Like,
Oh, is it?
yeah, it's not Allie Mills
Oh.
has joined the cast and she's eventually going to step on this soundstage. It's like Allie
Yeah.
Mills is debuting on General Hospital in 2.5 weeks.
You know, they've done a pretty good job of keeping that kind of stuff a little quieter, unless we are just so good at avoiding spoilers, we just keep ourselves
So when I got in trouble
that
for
uninformed.
accidentally saying mean things about Vanna fans, which I don't think that I actually ever did say anything mean about Vanna fans, because I like Vanna fans. I like Vanna. Anyway, we got blocked a lot by like some really hardcore Vanna fans who also
Yeah.
turned out to be just really spoilerific people, I guess it seems, as well. And so our
Okay.
Twitter timeline is very spoiler free. Um,
Yeah,
So
I
that's
mean,
nice.
I don't get surprised by a whole bunch, you know.
Yeah. So Emma Sam's October 12th, according to Dolores. So apparently the information is out there. We're just not exposed to
date
it.
did you say? What date?
October 12th is when Emma Sam's first episode is going to air. So apparently the information is out there. We're just not exposed to it.
That's like Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, she's been in town for a while now. And if they're 2-3
That's
weeks
cool.
behind, then that makes sense.
I like that. Oh,
Yeah.
I got babies at the door.
Yeah. Well, my goodness gracious, just all kinds of craziness that Allie Mills was up to on her other shows, just swapping babies and all kinds of nonsense. Oh goodness.
Ow!
I love Allie Mills. Let's see. That's a good one. Yep, Pam did that. Goodness.
Ooh, well, I'm looking forward to seeing her then. She's gonna, you know, if General Hospital does it right, sounds to me like she's got the makes to be.
You know,
Hey,
when it comes to Ryan, when it comes to John Lindstrom playing Ryan specifically, since this is the 10th floor and I've got to say things like this. What a guy! What an actor! Oh my goodness! My God, just the difference between Kevin and Ryan is incredible, and the difference between Ryan and John Lindstrom as a person is insane. And for me to be as terrified for anybody that's in a scene with Ryan, including Esme, who could die, and I'd be like, cool, is a gift to me as a viewer. Like, it's so good. It's so good. I had to tweet
It
about
is
it,
good.
and
I love it.
I wonder if he replied, because I did add him. I was petty
like
and I added
that.
him.
Um, he's so good at depicting Ryan. He's just, I mean, Kevin is a little so straight laced. He's not, he's not nearly as interesting. It's just true.
Right.
But it doesn't, but the fact that John can do that and Ryan, oh my gosh.
Just when he
Ryan
snatched Esme's arm,
Mhm.
just like, I'm going to kill you for killing Esme or for attacking Ava. Like, I'm terrified for anybody that's in the room with him. Terrified. And then seriously, when he was having that dream sequence where Ava walked in
Uh-huh.
and was like, I knew it. I knew you were faking. And he got up and he pushed her against the wall and stuff. And I'm like, are we? Because because John Lindstrom has played Ryan. So that moment to me was completely believable.
Yep, I thought so
That
too.
moment too, where and Ava too, busting in and seeing him like move his hand and stuff, and then him immediately and just, like, it seemed so real based on how these characters behave. That I was like,
Man,
wow, what are we doing here? This is big. This is epic. What a big surprise thing.
but
And I'm like,
it
is
was
this really
crazy
happening
though.
though? Is this? Oh, there was still that twinge of doubt, which is unfortunate. And then it turned out to be his little vision,
Yeah. Yeah.
but terrifying. Terrifying
But
is what
still,
I'm trying to describe.
but she did go visit him.
Mm-hmm. She
Why is she trying? I said, what is this girl doing? She's trying to borrow trouble.
maybe she was just trying to see if he was the hook.
Maybe,
Just trying to continue to test
maybe
that.
she was trying to, eliminate him as the source. Maybe, but oh man, I don't think so. I
Yeah.
don't think maybe. And if I did go see him, I don't think that she really antagonized him. You
She did.
don't go poke a bear. Come
Oh,
on.
well, she thinks he can't move, and you got to poke him to see if he will move. Like, if she was paying more attention, she would have seen him make that fist
Oh yeah,
because he
he
was
was
angry that
mad,
Esme
wasn't
took a
he?
tumble.
Yep, he was
Took a
mad.
tumble. How
Man,
did Esme get in his room? Esme got in his room by being sneaky, by knowing the guard rotations of the asylum that Ryan is, or prison, Springcliff, Springfern, whatever it's called, Springridge.
Springburn. That's Ferncliff, and that's funny.
By knowing the rotations because she was working there, and by being a character in a soap opera that's able to be written into sneaking into a minimum security prison.
Well, yeah, she would be able to know though, because she might be even friendly with some of them.
Yeah,
She
I
knows
think
when shift changes,
she would know the rotation shift changes, and I'm sure she paid attention to where cameras were.
and
If anybody could do it, Esme could.
and she could know where cameras are, and she
Yeah,
could, know where side doors are that might be propped open because they're taking something outside. There's maybe ways.
yeah. You're welcome, Susan. You're welcome. Don't come here for the facts, but come here for my quick answer of just not being studied at all. Chandra says that John Lindstrom has the same gift as David Canary doing Adam and Stewart. Very different. It's true. It's true that John Lindstrom is able to create these two very different characters. But
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if anybody is ever going to even stand on the same platform as David Canary, though.
Because I think what David Canary did, and not that John doesn't, but I think what he did is his just whole physical demeanor was so different.
It really was. Just even in the shape of his mouth.
Yes, everything about him
Yeah.
was different.
Yeah. But then,
Even though they did impersonate each other every once in a while and
yeah.
carry
We
it off,
gotta
didn't
we
they,
gotta save
Matt?
it for as excited as we are to get into it. We gotta save it for next.
No, we gotta
we gotta
save
save it for next weekend.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. If Ava wanted to test him, all he had to do put a lighter under his hand and keep it. Even Ryan would have had to budge at some point. I'm not sure. Ryan has a really strong mastery over mind and matter and all that. Let's talk about two things. One of them very brief, because I don't really want to talk about Jacksonville very much. This is not a vehicle to explore Carly's past. This is a vehicle to put Carly and Drew together. This is their I'm falling in love with each other story.
Yeah.
It's just about Carly's past, but it's not there to explore the greater ramifications of and to help her grow into a new person and accept all of these things and be different and all. No, it is so she can be like, oh man, here's all these tragic things that are happening or that happened in my past. I'm so sad about it. And for Drew to go, it's okay. You're a different person now. You've really made up for that and it's not your fault. That's the point. That's the point of the story.
It is. I think they're trying to sell us on Drew and Carly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't hate it, but I'm not like, oh yay.
Yeah. When they're standing in the old high school and she's having this moment and he like grabs her hands and he's like, I need you to know, it's not your fault, right? That wasn't, you were a victim. You know that. Like, it was just like, okay, I see what we're getting Carly to go. He really sees me. He really helped me. He really loves me and has this whole time. But really, Carly, what it is you've just fallen for another one of Monica's boys.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
She likes their pheromones, huh?
Yeah. We're rewriting Carly's past, so let's move on. I mean, I don't really know much detail about her life in Jacksonville up to this point, so I don't know what they're rewriting or what. If it went
Yeah.
from an affair to a coerced affair, is that the new detail? The fact that
Well, I
the
think
husband pushed it.
I think you're right though. I think they're in Jacksonville. Do to put Drew and Carly together.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
make them believable and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know if the audience feels all that
No,
differently.
nobody. Here's the thing. Nobody
I
cares.
don't really care.
All right, so I can't say nobody cares. I'm sure there's crew fans out there that are just loving and eating this
Yeah.
up. I've seen people saying, "Oh my god, I'm so happy seeing Carly with somebody that can make her laugh, who can make her smile." This is different than what she got with Sonny because it was just so angsty and fighty. You know, with Drew, she's able to laugh and have fun and talk and all of this stuff that isn't
And she used to have that with Jax in the early days
right.
too.
And Jax got himself fired and probably trampled by a wallaby or something out in Australia one
By
day.
now,
We're gonna get Joss is gonna get a letter saying, a kangaroo kicked your dad. He's gone. Uh, you know.
Well,
So anyway, so all of the, and then so here's the main thing. If I don't know if they were trying to capture like Nixon Falls vibes or something with this Jacksonville thing because it's not working. And the main thing is the plot. Literally the plot of the plot. She
I mean,
she doesn't give a crap about this woman. She hasn't shown that she gives a crap about this woman, other than going to Jacksonville, not even intending on staying. It was a layover. She wasn't even going to see this grave.
no, she wasn't. But it just circumstances are. We're supposed to care that just like fate and circumstances just happened to her, and that she didn't have any choice but to like be reflective.
Jason was taking care of the plot, so I was just never thinking about it. And
So
since he
that's what
died,
they're
nobody
trying.
like.
I do think they're trying to. I do think they might be trying to recreate Carly in some way when she comes back home.
I'm Carly Benson. I'm Carly.
Well, she talked about changing her last name. Now she should be Carly Spencer. If she's not Carly Spencer, there's no point.
I think you wanted to take Spencer.
Of course,
What if you took Roberts?
that's what she is, though. She is a Spencer.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know if has she used that last name officially at all?
No, no.
Well, then that would be the way to go, and then you can have another Spencer.
That's her mom. She loves her mama. Why
It's
not?
true.
She's
Sure.
Spencer.
Spencer's a perfect name. It really
I
is.
think she'll. If they have her change her name, I think it should be Carly Spencer. I would love it actually.
Yeah, yeah. We'll take it. We'll take it. Nixon Falls is not one of the worst storylines.
And Florida has no legs. Of course, she's going to win the thing about the graveyard. Of
I don't
course,
care. That's the main thing. I don't give a crap,
and
Mama.
I know nobody does really, but I'm just saying it doesn't have any legs. It's going to come to a close. She's going to get real snarky with that lady and put her in her damn place for good, and then she's going to hightail it back to Port Chuck,
and everyone's going to applaud.
and then her and Drew are going to have their clothes will fall off there in Florida before
And when it's all said and done, she's gonna be walking off the football field, JFK High School football field, right? And she's gonna throw her fist in the air, and it's gonna freeze, and the credits are gonna roll.
Yeah,
like the Breakfast Club.
50-yard line. Yeah. Anyway, but I think they're trying to I don't know if they're redirect her, soften her up, harden her up. I don't know what they're trying to do.
There's nothing. There's nothing. There's really nothing. And that's see. So I understand that people want to work. I understand that actors want to act. I understand that they want to have the consistency of the job and such. But really, what Laura Wright and Carly needs is a break. We need a break. And it's because things like this, it's not, if we saw less of Carly, maybe this would be better. Maybe I'd be more interested in this journey if we saw less of her. But since we see so much, and you were saying, what's the impact of this? Is she going to come back stronger, weaker, this, that, the other thing? The answer is she's going to come back exactly the same way. Just with a different last name and now in love with Drew. Or openly in love with Drew. But when it comes to who she is as a person, that's not going to change. She's still going to be Carly. And that's unfortunate.
So you think if anything that changes about her, it'll just be her last name, that's it.
And that's it. I don't foresee her being less of a mama bear. I don't see her being less of a being involved in people's business, because that's just who she is,
That is who she is.
And
Carly
if Carly wasn't
that,
what is she? For the show. So with that, because we have we cannot see character growth anymore. We're coming from a story scientific standpoint now when it comes to how to retain an audience. Since the audience is difficult to find growth and reason for the stories that these people are going through, that this character is going through, it's very difficult to be invested in it. And when you're not invested in it, you don't give a crap. And you don't give a crap, you fast forward and all of that stuff.
That's what happens.
And that's what happens. So if they used her less, the potential for having movement with her character is greater.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. It's anyway. Maybe I'll do a special one day on how to actually write a
let's
soap,
move on.
even
Let's
though I've
move
never been a
on
part
to
of it.
Florida, because it sounds like both of us aren't enjoying it all that
We're
much.
really not enjoying it all that much, no. But I do want to talk about something that I'm very excited to see develop.
What's that?
And I know this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous for me, Matt, of the 10th floor, to be excited over this. Now, I could be excited over it because of one half of the story. And the other half is typically something that I just, you can give this person a poison apple, make her go to sleep forever, and not have her handsome prince come by, and I would just be okay.
Yes.
I'm talking about the couple that I'm very excited for, especially because of their smash name. Do you know what their smash name is? Do you even know who I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
You're talking about TJ and Willow.
Yes. Do you know what their smash name is?
What?
Like the Vanna and the Frizz and all
I
that.
get it.
Their smash name is Tree J.
Tree J.
It's so funny because Willow's a tree. And so instead of TJ, it's Tree J. And I love it.
Tree J.
Tree J. So so part of me is like, no, TJ, don't be falling for this person that isn't Molly. Part of it is because of the convention. If I didn't ask Taj Bello the questions that I did, I would feel a little different. Because I asked him what he wanted. Do you want TJ to play the field? Or do you want to explore more TJ Molly? And he said he wanted to explore more TJ Molly, see what like a more serious take on a relationship would be like in the soapland. Okay, cool. Doesn't seem to be getting his wish, but that's okay. He's getting plenty of screen time now.
He sure is. He is.
Which is another thing that he wanted. He really wanted to work more. He had a great time.
That, he's becoming such a leader.
Yeah.
At the hospital,
Yeah.
such a mean.
Yeah. So now
stay at the hospital.
I don't know if Taj Bello and Haley Poulos. I don't know how to pronounce anybody's name until they tell us.
That's correct.
I don't know if they're together in real life or not or whatever. I don't know. There's pictures and stuff of them having good times, but they could just be friends. Men and women could be friends, especially if they do a lot of scenes together. But that's besides the point. The point is, it looks like Tali might be in some danger.
I think so, and I'm okay with that. I mean, in a way, I don't know if it's gonna make their characters grow. I'm okay with it.
So they GH and me and foreshadowing and how they do it effectively sometimes, and if sometimes they don't. Like right now, Curtis being Trina's dad is not being foreshadowed very effectively. It is so freaking obvious at this point. Just from the relationship that Curtis is having with Trina and the trouble that he's not my dad and I'm an adult and blah, blah, the only family I have is you and him and it is so obvious.
Yeah.
TJ and Willow, on the other hand, up until this hug that they had and the I'm really worried about you and the hand clasp and Nina getting the impression and all that. Up until this moment, I was like, okay, there's Kim there. People like each other. Okay, they kind of okay. I see these two actors feeding off each other very well, but they're playing friends. Okay.
The embrace was a little long. That's all. I thought so.
And so I was talking foreshadowing because the last time we saw TJ and Molly together, they were talking about how they don't see much of each other right now based on their careers.
Yeah, because they just can't help but be in different places.
And also, Molly has already expressed being unhappy being a part of the ADA and prosecuting, and maybe she should start thinking about defense like her mother. Which, to me, shows Molly being unhappy and kind of indecisive with her life. And here's another thing, all right? TJ didn't want to be domestic partnered. TJ wanted to get married.
He did.
And Molly talked him into that. And you know what? Now I'm really thinking about it too. I get it. I get it. You go champion your causes, Molly. You go champion those. But also at the same time, with the I don't believe in the institution of marriage and this, that, or the other thing, and we're going to be domestic partners, and that's going to have to be good enough for you because I'm a modern woman and it's 2022, and you just blah 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 blah. Keeps somebody. I don't want to say at an arm's length, but at least like a finger's length. You know,
Yeah,
she hasn't really shown me that she's really truly embraced the togetherness that is the power of Tali.
yeah, yeah.
She sees herself as an individual in a linked individual life rather than a family moving forward together.
Yeah.
Am I way off on that, chat? Like, let me know if I'm picking up on vibes.
I don't think you're way off on that. I know it has an Alexis feel to it. Those characteristics,
okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
You know?
So for TJ, who has a depth of love,
the character Alexis is the stupidest smart woman there is.
Well, yeah, especially when it comes to men.
Well, and when it comes to how to talk to children, adult children, she's an idiot.
And TJ has such a depth of love and a capacity of his heart and all of that now that they're older and established and moving forward with their lives and know who they are separate, know who they are together, Molly might not even be bringing it enough for TJ. I know I'm very sympathetic on TJ's part here, probably for obvious reasons, but I don't know. What I want to see is a sad but understandable breakup. Wouldn't that be interesting? Instead of some like TJ cheats, like he and Molly have a conversation about how maybe our hearts are growing into other places.
They just agree to
they grew apart.
It just agreed to say, okay, we're done.
And because what you can do in that too, and it's not going to happen. Somebody's going to cheat, and Willow's going to cheat on Michael. TJ's going to cheat on Molly, and it's going to be a big explosion of emotion. That's definitely what's going to happen because it's a soap opera, and we just don't explore things a different way.
But I think it's months and months away. We just had somebody hot rod behind the house.
Oh, good.
That's what that was.
Anyway, so they're going to cheat on each other and it's going to be a big explosion, all that. But what they could do, and they probably won't, but what they could do is they could really do this really dramatic exploration to a degree, this really dramatic mutual breakup where it's still really sad. Like they're devastated that they know it's not going to work out, but they also understand.
They did that with Dante and Lulu at one point.
Yeah, when he was kind of pushing for the divorce, or was that earlier?
Earlier, I think, where they just
when he was cheating. When he
was
cheating on her with Valerie.
But when they saw it was really over, though, they just kind of stood there and looked at each other with tears coming down their eyes.
Yeah. Like I would love to see. Like I think that would be really cool.
Fight, with not a big old fight, with just like a moment of realization.
Yeah, so I don't know. That would be really neat. It would be. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Molly is bossy, says Dolores. Let's not forget she jumped Brando 30 seconds after mating him. Then she wanted to control the whole thing. True, but she's also Alexis's kid, like Ma said, right?
Yep.
Let's see. Chandra says, maybe not an affair. They're friends, and Nina will sow those rumor seeds because she's messy, but they actually won't link up. I don't know. I think that TJ is going to give her the old stiff noodle. Not the wet noodle. The stiff one. Let's see here.
Oh man.
Dolores wants Christina to be developed more. People are all about Christina and Dex. Like Dex and Christina share 2 scenes, and everyone's like, that's who I want to see make out on my daytime TV. Those 2.
Well, I don't want it to be Josh and Dex. Not really. I agree with him.
Yeah, it's gonna be Josh and Dex.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. How are you feeling about Joss at recent? Are you feeling like she has as much strength of a character as she had previously?
Depends on who she's in scenes with. If she's being, when she shines the most is when she's being confrontational and being, doing all that.
Yeah. Okay, so the
That's
stuff in
her.
the
That's
bar
her.
with Carver and such was good for you.
No, when she got her Carly Jr. sass on.
Okay, all right, but like the friendship
That's
stuff
when
with
she shined.
Trina and the girlfriend stuff with Cameron, you're not exactly sold on it.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I
That
think
makes
her
sense.
and Cameron will soon break up, and she might. Her attraction for Dex is not over, that's for sure,
Oh, definitely not.
and neither
Definitely not.
is his. You know, but he's going to be have all kinds of people mad at him if he pursues her because they've told like Michael and Sonny have now told him to.
Stay away from Jesslyn.
Yep.
Yeah. So that'll heat up, and that we'll see. I don't know. I guess there's just that magic something that's missing, I suppose, from Jocelyn's relationships. Because when she got with Cameron, I'm like, okay. And
Mhm.
now this whole thing with Dex is heating up, and I'm like, all right. But like Trina and Spencer have some heat to them. Brooklyn and Chase had heat to them. Anna and Valentine have heat to them. Don't really
Mhm.
get so much heat from any of the pairings that they put with Jocelyn so far. And that's not
I
a knock
think
against anybody that's acting or playing these characters. It's just not really working
no.
for me yet.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think her little attract, even if it doesn't even go beyond attraction,
Mm-hmm.
her thing with Dex is going to grow her very much
Yeah.
from that first
Oh
love,
yeah.
young, just
It's like
barely an
Robin and
adult.
Jason, right?
Yeah, to now he's
Emily and
just an
Nicholas.
older young woman. Just
Emily and Nicholas.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
just puts her it just puts her different.
Yeah. Instead of it being the teenage romance with Cameron, it's the adult romance with Dex,
Yes.
where they have heavy makeout scenes and
So I think it
stuff.
really would. I think as a character, I think Jocelyn's going to grow up quite a bit if they have her go down that path.
Yeah, that's true.
They grow.
Stephanie reminds us that Jocelyn still is only 19 years old, so she's got some
Mhm.
time before she really heats up with the other um,
Yeah.
characters on screen. I don't know what Eden McCoy's done in her life. I know that she has a boyfriend, or at least she did in March, because she mentioned him at the GH convention. But I don't know how deeply she's ever fallen in love or anything, like as you grow and as you experience life, and it's not even as you grow to understand yourself more, but as you grow to understand more people
Hmm.
more on a more deep level.
Hmm.
I know people more deeply at 36 than I ever did at 16. Um, just because I didn't understand people and things and experience and growth and tragedy and trauma and all that.
Yeah.
Um, at the time. So there's still so much depth of understanding of life. And again, I don't know what Eden McCoy's been through. She's could have gone through tragedies 10 times worse than anything that I've ever gone through. I don't know this, but I do know that she does have a lot of life still left to live and a lot to learn about the depth of a person and how to portray that on your television screen.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
take that as a positive because that's what it was meant as. Yeah. So, but yeah, so they say Dex, and the most interesting part to me, well, there's two interesting parts. Number one was old Mikey with his just low hanging grapefruits, just walking right in there, being like, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what's happening here. We're gonna find Dex. We're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna call the cops, and you don't want to be here for that. And Sonny's gonna be pretty mad. So we're gonna go take care of that. So,
But
and then they took care of
he did have some grapefruits with him though, didn't
it. He
he?
did. He did.
He did.
And then Carver stopped him, but luckily Sonny showed up in enough time for everybody to go home happy, except for Sonny, who's not happy. Because
And he
how dare
wasn't
you use
Son-
a knife and not tell me? What?
You got him through, Miss Wu, and his name is Carver, Sonny.
Okay. How do you
Hello.
how do you how do you hire this person outside of your organization to coerce somebody into giving you the facts and not know what tactics they employ, Sonny? This isn't something that you slam your desk about saying, and I got a problem with that. What you gotta say is you slam the desk and you say, I got a problem with my background check, is what you do. All right, Sonny?
Um, but
Man.
but
His name was Carver.
yeah.
What do you think Carver does, Ma? What do you think? What do you think Carver does? If all right, all right. I got Milo. All right, Milo's back there. All right, we're gonna torture him for information. All right, I'm gonna get my buddy Carver, and we're gonna make sure that he talks. What do you think Carver's gonna do to that man?
Yeah. Perhaps he's going to do a little carving on him.
He's gonna carve him right up.
Perhaps.
He's gonna carve him right.
I think it was silly. It was silly, but I did like the Michael and Jocelyn dynamic in it.
Yeah, I mean, so
I did.
Sonny's kids coming together now to kind of stand up against him and his cronies. Kind of both
Yeah.
on the same side of the same thing, but
Yeah.
uh,
But I
you know.
do think they even though they know they know what Sonny's all about.
Mhm.
But seeing Dexter in that condition and with the rope burns and stuff,
It's real.
they'd never seen that kind of physical evidence much.
No.
Not unless it was some kind of ambush when they were being at the moment
It only happened to them.
rescued. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Then they saw that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, Sonny always kept him away from the business. You can't be a part of the
But
business. Go
like
live
when
a legitimate
I
life.
believe it was Faith, kidnapped all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was a showdown and there was a gunfight and everything for
Yeah.
that. But that's different. They saw that kind of violence,
But to help them, not to hurt somebody
to
else.
help them.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is completely different.
Yeah. Dex is very patriotic with his choice of songs. He's also very cheap with his choice of songs as well. You don't gotta pay a nickel for those songs.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Daisy says, I don't see tremendous heat between Trina and Spencer. What? I'm sorry, what's that?
I think what I thought the most about Sonny just being like, surprised that that's what the guy was capable of doing was how can you be, you're Sonny Corinthos, how can you be so naive?
I didn't know. I hope for the best. I thought he was just going to punch him a lot. I thought he was just going to punch him. That's what I do in my organization. All I do is punch people.
I can't help but say, and I'm not, I don't think I say this too often. It's some bad writing right there.
Yes, yeah. We gotta hang the lantern on that one there, Ma. As positive as we try to be here on the 10th floor.
Yeah.
As successful as we are at being positive here on the 10th floor. Very awkward, weird writing choice. Just for the simple showing that Sonny isn't as intense as that.
Right.
Like Sonny didn't know about the knives, so Sonny isn't that intense. What we wanted to do is put on TV this guy hanging on a meat hook being threatened with knives.
Yeah.
So we put that on TV and then we quickly explained it away. Moving on.
Right.
So no good. But it's tough because I have never written a show 5 days a week for years and 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 years. So, the depth of ideas to me, in my brain seem endless until I get to the end of them. And then what? And then I'm looking for set pieces. I'm looking for surprise plot hooks. I'm looking for a new character to come in and mix things up because I kind of don't really know what else to do. So let's try to put a knife scene on there. Oh, that doesn't really match with Sonny. Oh, the historian is saying, hey, this doesn't really track with how we've written Sonny in the past. This doesn't really track with, hey, Mocha, shh. This doesn't really track with what he said in the past, so we got to fix this. I don't know.
You know what, Matt?
What?
I don't have much choice but to get on the elevator.
It sounds like somebody's there.
Your brother has arrived to retrieve part of our family.
All right. Well, you go and you go spend some time with the family, Ma.
So is that okay, you guys? You can hear it all, right?
Yeah, there's chaos. There's abject and absolute chaos.
Yeah, it's chaos.
Absolute chaos.
Anyway.
Go out of here. Ma, go on the elevator. I'll say goodbye. I'll do all that stuff. I'll wrap it up. I'll read the chat. I'll make sure everybody feels loved. I'll respond to it and we'll call it a day.
Okay.
All right, Ma. Thanks so much. All right, get on that elevator. See you later.
All right, bye.
Bye. Everybody saying bye. Just in meeting. lower right hand corner, there's going to be end.
Yeah, it says leave. I
And,
did that already. Leave
well, you
me.
haven't left yet. Oh, there, she's gone. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's me, Matt. All right. Well, okay. Well, that was an abrupt end, but hey, sometimes when you're living the life, you got the family, you got the grandkids there. She had them all weekend, and instead of saying, "Oh no, I can't do the podcast this weekend," she made the time. So the dogs don't like the bad writing, says Boots. Absolutely right, 100%. But as I said, as I promised, let me get through all of this here. Let me read some of this stuff. Cam and Ava. Oh my God, Chandra, what are you talking about? Cameron and Ava? But then also at the same time. Let's do it. Let's go there. Let's do something wild and wacky like that. Let's have this crazy May December romance in which some 19-year-old punk kid has fallen for a 55-year-old. I'm for it. I'm for it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And then Ava too. Ava's loved the younger ones. Ava, remember Ava and Griffin? Oh my God, what a romance. I loved that. I really hope that Griffin's on the way back. What about Sonny being a mob boss all these years surprises Jocelyn that they had Dex tied up, says Susan. Shouldn't really surprise him or her at all. Other than like what Mom was saying, they've never actually seen this. They've had their little exposures to violence and stuff, but for the most part, it's always been it's business, stay away. I gotta go in the other room and take a call. Haven't really seen it, and especially to see it with somebody they care about. Now for Jocelyn, this is kind of the first time, but we also have to remember that Michael straight up killed Claudia Zaccara with a piece of wood. So he might be a little more used to this, a little more okay with kind of these visuals than Jocelyn is. And maybe that does feed in with how he was handling things. Daisy does not see tremendous heat between Trina and Spencer. They're cute. I don't know, to each their own. Maybe you can watch it again and see if it strikes you. I'll tell you, the people on Twitter absolutely love Sprina, and the fact that two human beings took 4 photographs has just taken over the internet entirely. So get on that train. Maybe they can explain it to you a little more deeply. Let's see. Dolores tells Susan it's good at hiding and suspected he was the mob. Didn't really know. Old school Sonny, AJ. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. AJ hanging on meat hook. I remember that. What else here? Bad writing. Everybody says goodbye. I'd rather see Cam and Christina. That'd be interesting too. I don't know how I feel about Cam. I think Cam needs an evolution. Cameron needs something. He needs something like Chase needs something. There's just I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a soap, and I just want more depth. But they need something else, some oomph, some gusto, some sort of something that makes you raise your eyebrow like Robert Scorpio. Something, I don't know. Ava already did Morgan. That's true. Hey, Stephanie. Sonny has nothing on Selena lately. It's true. Okay, so Selena Wu has been working it, y'all, over the last couple of weeks, over the last couple of months, over the last year, over the last several years. Who even knows? But from the moment Carly walked in on that 5 family meetings when Sonny was in Nixon Falls, Selena Wu was like, this is my chance. This is the crack in the Corinthos family. This is my moment to push in and make my stand and make my statement. And she has been doing that ever since. She's been making deals, telling you about. Oh, you're going to be blown up on your wedding day, Jason and Carly. I'm going to help you with that. And then boom, 5 families become 2 families. Come on, Selena Wu. And now here we go saying, hey, Sonny, why don't you bet a little things here and there in my poker game? What's the worst that can happen? What can you lose? Because she wants him to be like, oh no, I'm losing. What am I going to do? I'm going to bet Pier 54. Pier 54 is on the line. And then he loses the Cody, and Cody has to give it to Selena Wu. And now Selena Wu has a part of the docs, and there we go. Sonny's been diminished. Selena Wu is in charge and power, and I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be super fun, and I can't wait. Cam needs somebody not connected to Port Charles. Cameron needs, I don't know, to go away and come back older. I don't know, because there's really nobody else around for him. I guess they can expand the young person cast. That would help. No Sprina fascination for Daisy. Susan loves Miss Wu. Carly should be the mob boss. I don't know about Carly. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what I want from Carly. See, that's the thing. If I knew what I wanted from Carly, I could talk about how we can make Carly more interesting to me, but I really don't know what I want from her. Michael doesn't really need his mom. Jocelyn can explore life on her own without Carly getting involved. But maybe that's the story. Maybe we just need to stick Carly with Jocelyn and just explore that family dynamic some more. That's what All My Children did. All My Children was all about families. Maybe we can focus on that. I don't know. Chandra says, Miss Wu has her hands in everything, even eliminated 2 of the families to help Jason and Carly. Absolutely right. Miss Wu is on top of it. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of her family, more of her organization. I hope we're going to get some more of these people coming through. In reality, even though we've only lost 2 characters so far, we could lose some more by the hooker. But because of this hooker and kind of clearing the lower ranks of cast members to a degree, lower ranks of characters to a degree, we're going to be able to bring in people like Ms. Wu's organization, maybe another nephew, a son, somebody connected to Brad in some way, maybe somebody that she sent to Brad to seduce him in some way. I don't know. Bye, Jacarius. Thanks for coming. I'm going to wrap it up, I promise. Take care, everybody. All right, Boots. Boots wants to know, is Drew coming off too thirsty for Carly? Yes. I don't know. I'm not too thirsty for Carly because Carly's just loving it. Like, he's coming in that towel just sopping wet, dripping, and she's like, oh my goodness gracious, go put some clothes on before you jump your bones. So, yeah. I don't think it's coming off too thirsty for Carly. I think it's coming off as overtly thirsty. But not too thirsty for Carly's liking. Carly loves it. But that's it, you guys. Jacarius is left. My mom is left. Most of you left, because apparently Ma is your favorite. So I'm going to go cry into my coffee. I'm going to go spend time with my family as well, the family I have here in Los Angeles, the cast of General Hospital. And you guys too. All right, y'all. I'm getting on the elevator, going back down to the first floor, getting out of my car. I'm going to tune my radio to previous episodes of the 10th Floor, which you can find here on YouTube and also wherever you can find audio podcasts everywhere. Remember to join us again right here next Saturday, October 15th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. That is 12 Hawaiian, I believe, 1 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Colorado Mountain Time, I suppose. And then there's Central Time, which is 3, and then there's East Coast Time, which is 4, and then apparently there's these other 2 time zones on just the way east side of this continent. It's Canada. Like Newfoundland has its own time zone, and then like this other place that's next to Newfoundland, which I don't know what it is because I don't know geography well, is another time zone, and so that's like 5 o'clock, and so then like 6 o'clock is this Newfoundland one. I guess. And then, on the other side of the world, then, it's like hours, 8 hours and stuff. And I'm not going to do all the math for you. You can look it up on Google. So next Saturday, be here. All My Children chat. Always super cool, fun things in the works. You're never going to know what's going to happen until you're there. So please join us then. I've been Matt. Cat's not here anymore. And we'll catch you right here next time on the 10th floor. Bye, guys.